is Tyler Troy. I'm from Australia, Sydney. If Cain was the son of Adam and Eve, then how did he have children if Eve was the only woman on earth?
To that friend in Sydney, it is not true that Eve is the only woman on earth that time. She was the first woman created by God from the ribs of Adam. But nowhere in the Bible can you find that information that Eve was the only woman on earth that time. If we are going to just search a little, in the 5th chapter of the book of Genesis, it reads, and I read, "And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters." You see, the story in the beginning of the human history was focused only on about 5 persons. And that is Adam, Eve, then Cain and Abel, his brother, and then Seth. But it is not true that there were only 5 people. But the Bible tells us that he begot, Adam, begot sons and daughters. So there are so many women on earth that time. It is not only Eve, but there are other women. And one of those daughters of Adam and Eve became the wife of Cain. And that is written in the book of Genesis chapter 4 verse 16. "And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife." You see? When he dwelt in the land of Nod east of Eden, there he knew his wife. The question with other people that read the Bible is that when they read the word "knew," they immediately have a preconceived idea of what that word means. Knew means for them met or have been acquainted with that woman. But the Bible tells us a deeper meaning of the word "knew." If we are going to study this in the biblical perspective and in the biblical manner, the word "knew" there is sexual intercourse. So when Cain reached the land of Nod, there he had sexual intercourse with his wife. Oh, let me prove that point. Let us first read Genesis chapter 4 verse 1, and it says, "And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived, and bore Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord." You see, the Bible here, for the first time, uses the word "knew." No, knew in the past tense. Adam knew Eve his wife. We do not say that this is the first time that Adam met his wife. He has in the past seen his wife when God, from the deep sleep that was given to him by God after taking his rib and creating it to be Eve or the woman, he presented, or God presented it unto Adam. And that is the first poetry ever recorded. It is in the Bible. Adam, upon seeing Eve, said, "This is now the bone of my bones." That is chapter 223 of the book of Genesis. The first time he saw Eve, he said, "This is now the bone of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." That is what the Bible says. Now, on chapter 4 verse 1, there came a time when Adam had the chance to know his wife. And the Bible tells us it in the past tense. Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived. See? The word conceived follows because knew there means a sexual intercourse that happened between Adam and Eve. Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. How do we know that that word knew means sexual intercourse that transpired between the two? Let us read again Genesis chapter 4, verse 25. It says, and Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. You see that? The sentence, and Adam knew his wife again, does not mean that Adam temporarily had forgotten his wife and have had an amnesia or something like that. The word knew again his wife means again they came into sexual intercourse and she bore a son, which she called Seth. So it is now established that the way the Bible used the word knew is, it means sexual intercourse. A deeper understanding of the word know means sexual intercourse. In fact, the word used in the Hebrew language is yauda. It's a primitive root to know, properly ascertained by seeing, used in great variety of senses, figuratively, literally, euphemistically, and inferentially, including observation, care, recognition, causatively instruction, designation, punishment, etc., knowledge, acquaintance. See? Acquaintance. Acquainted or with, acquainted with, advise, answer, appoint, assuredly, be aware, unawares, can, not, certainly, for a certainty, comprehend, consider, could they, cunning, declare, be diligent, can, cause to discern, discover, endued with familiar friend, famous, feel, can have, be ignorant, instruct, kinsfolk, kinsman, cause to, let, make, know, come to give, have, take, knowledge, have knowledge, be, make, make to be, make self, known, be learned, lie by man. You see that? Mark, perceive, private to, X. So many meaning of the word that was used in the original language in Hebrew. What's that? That is yauda. One of them is to know sexually, to lie with a man or a woman. That is what the Bible says. So the word knew, when the Bible said Adam knew his wife again and she bore a son, means they come into sexual intercourse. It is not true that Eve was the only woman that time. Adam begot sons and daughters. Genesis 5:4. You will understand that when Cain went to the land of Nod and knew his wife there, meaning they had a sexual intercourse, and she conceived and bore Enoch, meaning that Eve is not the only woman that time. There are other women, and they are daughters of Adam and Eve. That is the answer from the Bible.